Welcome everyone. We were discussing about the different characteristics of angiosperm. What is a little introduction about angiosperms. In the last class we have seen that is angiosperms, those are tracheophytes, that is they have proper vascular system. They are embryophytic, that is zygote will develop into embryo. Then they are vascular, that is they have well developed vascular system. They are fruit bearing phanerogams, that is flowering plants which bears fruits also. Here we have seen this how reproduction takes place, that is what are the different reproductive organs in male, that is the male reproductive organ in a plant is stamen. The main reproductive organ is the stamen, and all the stamens collectively together constitutes androecium. Then we have female reproductive organ. Here male reproductive organ, that is stamen here, and female reproductive organ, that is pistil or carpel. We have seen the structure. Each stamen consists of two parts. This is the bottom part which is called as filament, which is tube like, and this is the head part which is called as anther. And we have seen the structure of pistil. Here it consists of head, that is called as stigma. This is called as style, and this is ovary. Inside the ovary, this is ovule. Inside the ovary, ovules will be present. Here we have seen pollination, how pollination takes place, that is dispersal of these pollen grains. Dispersal of pollen grains from anthers to stigma. These pollen grains will come and fall on the stigma. As soon as it falls on the stigma, these pollen grains will develop pollen tube. Pollen grains will develop pollen tube, and here inside this two male gametes will be present. Here inside this it grows pollen tube, and inside this pollen tube two male gametes will be, two nucleus, male nuclei will be present. Inside the pollen grains, two male nuclei will be present. As soon as the pollen grains falls on the stigma, it can be by various means. It can be this transfer from anthers to stigma is pollination. It can be by wind, or it can be by water, or it can be by animals. So after this, as soon as this pollen grain reaches the stigma, here it grows pollen tube, and inside this pollen tube two male nuclei will be present. So this pollen tube reaches this part of the ovule. The pollen tube reaches this part of the ovule. Now here, from here, in this is a small pore will be present which is called as micropyle. Now these, when the pollen tube goes inside this, along with this pollen tube, the nucleus, the male nucleus will also travel. So as this it comes now, the pollen tube releases two male nuclei inside this ovule. It releases two male nuclei inside the ovule. So one male nuclei fuses with this one egg. This is the egg. This is egg, and another nuclei fuses with this diploid nucleus. In ovule, inside the ovule, we have 7 cells. Inside this embryo sac, here this is the embryo sac. Inside this embryo sac we have 7 cells. Embryo sac will have 7 cells. These three are called as synergids. and these two are the antipodals. These two are the antipodals, and here this is the egg. So one male nuclei fuses with this one. This fusion of male nuclei with this egg is called as fertilization. This fusion of one male nuclei with this egg, that is the female gamete, fusion of this male gamete and this female gamete. Egg is the female gamete. This is called as fertilization. Fertilization or syngamy. Fertilization or syngamy, that is fusion of male gamete, that is this male gamete with this egg, that is the female gamete. So this process of fusion of male gamete with the female gamete is called as fertilization, or we can even call it as syngamy. Here fertilization is taking place two times. Fertilization is taking place two times. One is this one male nuclei fuses with this egg. This is the first fertilization, and this another nuclei fuses with this diploid cell. Fuses with this diploid cell. So now this is called as second fertilization. This is called as second fertilization. So in angiosperms we find double fertilization. In angiosperms we find double fertilization. One fertilization is with the male, that is one male nuclei with the egg, and second fertilization is with the second male nuclei and with the diploid nuclei which is present in the middle of the embryo sac. So this is double fertilization. This double fertilization is the characteristic of angiosperms. This double fertilization is the characteristic of angiosperm. This is not seen in gymnosperms. Now this zygote, after this fusion of this egg with the male nuclei, so what happens? This egg, I'll write here, egg fuses with male nuclei. So when it fuses with male nuclei, it forms zygote. It forms zygote. So this is fertilization or syngamy. So now the zygote is formed by the fusion of male and female gametes. Now here this is also, there is one more fusion, that is diploid nucleus with the another male nuclei. So this will change into primary endosperm nucleus. This will change into primary endosperm nucleus. So after this fertilization, egg and male gamete is changing into zygote, and this after second fertilization it is changing, that is diploid cell and male nuclei. It is changing into primary endosperm nucleus, pen. Then zygote will further develop into embryo. Zygote will further develop into embryo, and this will develop into endosperm. This will develop into endosperm. So this endosperm is a nutritive tissue. Endosperm is a nutritive tissue. It provides nutrient to this growing embryo. Zygote will further grow into embryo. Zygote will divide repeatedly and changes into embryo, grows into embryo. For this growth of this embryo, nutrition is required. That nutrition is given by this endosperm. So this embryo will have cotyledons inside it. Embryos will have cotyledons inside it. So after this has changed into endosperm, this has changed into embryo. Now the rest of the cells, that is the synergids and the antipodals, will degenerate. The synergids and the antipodals will degenerate. We find only this, that is fertilized egg, which will change into, zygote, which will further change into embryo, and this will change into endosperm. All this will be degenerated. Except this and this. So this changes into embryo, and this is the nutritive tissue which provides nutrient to this growing embryo. So this embryo will have cotyledons in them. So at the end, so this will change, this whole will change. The embryos will grow and change into seed, and this whole ovary will change into fruit. This will change into fruit, and this whole ovule will change into seeds. So angiosperms are the plants which bears fruits, that is fruits will be produced, and those, that is seeds, will be produced, and the seeds are enclosed in fruit. This is a very detailed process which we will be seeing in our next lesson, reproduction, but just the introduction is given. If you have any doubt in this, it will be cleared in the coming lesson, where we will be studying in detail about how all this process will takes place, how this embryo sac is formed, how this ovary changes into fruit, how the ovule changes into seed. All this process is a detailed process. We will see it in detail in our coming classes, in the next lessons. So as of now, just the introduction. Both this male gamete, that is pollen grain, will transfer to stigma. So this pollen grain will release pollen tube. Inside the pollen tube, two male gametes will be present, or two male nuclei will be present. So they come near this embryo sac, that is ovule. Now inside this ovule, embryo sac is there. Embryo sac will have 7 cells. So this 2 nuclei will fuse with one egg and one diploid nucleus. So this fusion of egg with the fusion of male nuclei with the egg is called as fertilization, and the fusion of this diploid nuclei with another male nuclei, then it is double fertilization. So double fertilization is a characteristic of angiospermic plants. After this, the egg changes into zygote, that is fertilized egg changes into zygote. Zygote will grow further and it will change into embryo. Inside the embryo, cotyledons will be present, and based on the number of cotyledons, inside this embryo, then these angiosperms are divided into 2 groups. One is monocots and another is dicots. As the name itself is saying, monocots, mono means one cotyledon, it will be having only one cotyledon, and dicot means, di means 2. Depending on the presence of number of cotyledons, the angiosperm is further divided into monocots and dicots. If this embryo will have only one cotyledon inside, then it is called as monocot. Example we see is maize. And if the seeds have 2 cotyledons, enclosed inside it, then it is called as dicot. Example is pulses, pea. These are the examples which are dicotyledonous plants. This is an example which is of monocotyledonous plant. So this was all about this introduction of angiosperms. Hope it is clear to you, and whatever the whole processes, each and every step of all these processes, of all the things which we have studied which we have told in our introduction in angiosperm, each and every thing will be studied in detail. How roots will work, how roots will be fixing the plant, what type of roots we find, stem, leaves, everything in detail is there. The detail, that is how reproduction takes place. We have another chapter for reproduction. So we will be studying in detail. Next is a little small topic is there of different life cycles. We have said that bryophytes and pteridophytes, they show alternation of generation. They show alternation of generations. So how they show alternation of generation, what are the different cycles which is present, we will see it in the next video, after which the lesson will be fourth lesson, that is the kingdom Plantae. The fourth lesson will be finished.